and playing games as well. It seems for the most part I'll be the one playing it. So for my part, my plan is to be able to play through the games as they are. I'll try to provide a commentary at the very end because I'm not very good at providing commentary while I'm playing, but I'm very good at providing commentary after I finished playing. So I'll do that. And then after that, it's just a matter of moving on to the next game and playing that. We will not be rating on stream. The concern was that it tends to break the flow of the stream itself, so we're going to be keeping that from happening, just making sure that we're bouncing from one game to another. So far, looks good to me. Not trying to check if anyone else is watching. Expected a little more coming from Ludum Dare, but anyways, at the very least, you can actually watch it here on Ludum Dare as well. So hey, I'm watching myself. But yeah, we can close that. There we go. I guess I just needed to refresh to fix that. So this is the game, if anyone is interested in whatever game that we worked on and is bouncing on right now and using the YouTube DVR feature. This is the game that we worked on. It's called Chimera, and it's just a walking simulator about self-discovery. And there's a bunch of stuff I'm not going to let you read. All right, let's have fun with the games themselves then. Yeah, so this is Baby Benjamin's by Full Moron. I have, in fact, rated this. So, if Momin is watching, I'm right here. You can read my information. It made my carpal tunnel worse, is all I had to comment. But since you are on the list, it seems only fair that I actually play it. So here it is. We're gonna play Baby Benjamins. And I should have made a Ludum Dare folder here, so whatever. Pretty darn sure we've already played this. This is not what I thought it was. But yeah, I have already played this. I've already posted my comment. So it seems there's not much more I can add to this. But hey, since we are here, might as well give it a go. Yeah, this one's probably good. Oh no, that's not what I wanted. Alt F4. Thank you. Windowed, please. There we go. So we'll be playing most of our games windowed so they can actually see, we can actually see the chat. But here it is. And the whole point of the game is to combine currency. Although if you read the description carefully, it turns out the Moment was trying to learn ECS on Unity. So that's fair enough. As far as I can tell, there's no obvious objective to the game. You just kind of make it as you go. So I did notice there is a certain trigger that causes specific things to pop out. Yeah. Which I do find interesting. ECS, by the way, is a data-driven system. So rather than storing objects along with their unique ID and all that sort of stuff, the idea instead is to create a struct of arrays. So an array of struct, excuse me. So the array then, the struct itself contains all the information, like coordinate information and so forth, of each object. But by itself, like each individual thing doesn't have an ID. The location they are in the array is the ID itself. So with that in mind, you know, you just have this simple array of objects, and then a single function, like probably a loop function or whatever, loops through all those objects, and then or loops through all those structs, and then changes their data. And when the data is changed, of course, the graphics is updated to read those data and then upgrade their graphics that way. So that's ECS in a nutshell. It's just simplifying the object system to, instead of defining a class, you just define a struct which can't inherit from one another, but in turn, all it needs to do is it just needs to have a bunch of data in it. So you're just when you're combining, when you're doing any sort of functions on them, what you're expecting is you're going to be adjusting their data, not calling any functions. There's no function stored in an ECS structure. All right, so I should probably start combining these dollar bills. So let's do that. I'm not going to play this one for too long since I have already played it. And it seems only fair that I go through games that I haven't rated yet. So an interesting limitation in this game, and by limitation I mean like this is probably a very deliberate one, is that you can only combine the elements if you're dragging it. So you might notice that I'm going to be struggling to combine these items. Oh, here it is. We got hundreds. Combine these hundreds to make 1K. Combine these 1K to make 10K. Okay. Make these 20s to combine these hundreds. Hundreds to make 1K. Need to do that more often. There. Yeah. Yeah. Look at all that muns. Okay, that didn't combine. I don't know why. Alright, we need to make these Ks soon. I'm going to completely disregard these coins. They're not helping the cause. There, we did it. There, we did it. There, we did it. There, 1 mil. I mean, these numbers increases exponentially anyway, so it's gonna be really silly. Heyo! Says $1. I am playing through Baby Benjamins, and I'll be hopefully done shortly. I don't know how long I'll be playing this for, but it's exactly what it looks like. As far as I can tell, there is no ending to the game, so yeah. Enjoy the spectacle of Cookie Clicker, which I'm sure Moment will not be very happy me describing this game as. Come on. 20. Yeah. 10K. Nice. Alright. So we need to, okay, we got 10K right there. 100. Not enough. 10. Okay. We got these to combine with these, which can combine with this, which can combine with that. Nice. Alright. So now we need to work up our way in getting there. Which is going to be interesting. There we go. Get these 20s to combine with each other. Yep. It is like genuinely impressive. Well, disregarding the physics engine for the minute, it is genuinely impressive that like this many objects can be spun around at the same time. So, as a technical feat, I definitely think that this is really cool. As a game, it's a little minimalistic. I think there could be more. There is a certain joy in just seeing the numbers increase at the bottom left-hand corner. So to be fair, it's not like I'm not enjoying this, but I think there could be more. I think you're onto something. But it does make my carpal tunnel worse. There's a lot of clicking in this game, and that kind of makes me unhappy. Mostly because of the physical pain it gives me. I'm doing fine right now, by the way. Oh no! Combine! Okay, got our powers combined there. That was too close. Okay. You're okay? Okay. We got those two working together. Okay, we can get these two to work together. We can hopefully get, yep, that combined together. Okay, good, good. So now we're working to get 1 million at this point. Yeah, I'm gonna take it nice and slow. Gonna see if I can bop out all the ones so that they're gonna be switched to 20s. Should have kind of focused on that one location, but oh well. The more resources there are, the more useful it's going to be for me. I love that one, it's addicting. Yeah. Neat sound. But it is addicting, I agree. Yeah. Alright, cool. Got that too. Cool, I got 10k. Alright. Oh, you can zoom out. Neat. Oh. Neat. I did not know you can actually zoom out. So hey, I learned something. Good job, Moman. I say that as a backhand compliment. But yeah, he and I have in fact met in real life. We're pretty good friends. I like his games a lot. So it's all good. That lone, I think it's a nickel, is gonna be in a pickle for a while. I think it's gonna be its own lonely island. Yay! Alright, well, let's do some quick resource collecting. I'm kind of doing this in hopes that it'll get the system to recognize that it needs to start spawning some bigger bills. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Where'd it go? It went right here. Hopefully I didn't scare anyone. Yeah. Still spinning out dollar bills. That's really annoying. Alright, well, give my right hand a little bit of rest. Alrighty. Okay, you can't drag or pan, so that's good to know. I mean, you can drag, you can't pan, is what I meant to say. Oh, that is actually literally a penny, so that penny is forever alone. It will never, ever be merged with another thing. Alright, 1 mil. Cool. We got 10 mils. Alright, come on. 10 million. You're combining with 100 million. 1 million right here. Combined with 10 million. Bunch of 10Ks here. Which combined with 1 million, 10 million to 100 million. We got 1 billion. Alright, cool. It's escalating slowly but surely. That's what matters. Alright. This is a quick and easy trick to, and it hurts my carpal tunnel a lot. This is a quick and easy trick to get all these combined with each other. Alright. Whoops. Swoopy-doo. Swoopy-doo. There we go. That's looking fine. That's looking nice and dandy. So the goal is to eventually get the gold carrot. And you'll know what I mean by... Well, gold bars, not carrot. What am I talking about? Carat is a unit of weight, by the way. I know that was a pun, but whatever. Sometimes I'm without a sense of humor. Most of the times I do. Come on, 1 million. There we go. There we go. So it's 100 million. Yeah, it's really the biggest combination you can get, the gold bars. Alright, so it finally started spilling out 20s. So that should make getting the hundreds really easy. And in theory, the thousands really easy as well, but yeah. Boop-a-doo. Doo-doo-doo. We need to start collecting as many millions as possible so that we can finally get rid of this 1 billion that's just sitting there. And upgrade to bigger and greater things. There we go. Nope, that didn't catch. Okay, cool. Alright, got 2 mils. There we go. There's a... I'm looking for the word doodle god, I think, vibe to this. Now Doodle God's vibe was more like just combining two things and see if they merged with each other, and then building a library of that slowly over time. Whereas this is just more like, I want to know what happens next once I combine these two things. Alright, 100 mils, 1 billion, and it's just 10 billion, darn. We're not even remotely close. But hey, now we're getting $100 bills being spawned, so that makes some parts of this a little easier. I kind of assumed it was based, the trigger for all the spawning was based off of like the largest unit of money, but I might be wrong on that. It would at least make the most sense to me. Alright, so we got 1 million there. We got 10 million over there. So we should keep an eye on those. So long as we can figure out how to create 1 million soon, then I think that will be good to go. Oh, okay, 1 million. So 2 1 millions makes 100 million, I think. Yep. Alright, you just keep spinning right there. Okay, okay. Well, this is not going as well as I hoped. How far can you zoom out? Okay, that's how far you can zoom out. Good to know. I mean, I assume what's happening is that it's just increasing the 2D camera's field of view. So that's not too hard to do in Unity. Oh, here it is. Here's another 1 million. Combine it with this million. Take that 10 million. Combine it with this 10 million. And combine these two 10 millions to create not 1 billion. Or 1 billion, but not 10 billion, is what I meant to say. Alright, zoom in, enhance! Come on, there we go. Okay, we got 2 millions in there. There we go. More 2 millions. There we go. Boop. This goes here. And now I need more millions. I'll let those spin forever. Alright. Come on. There we go. There was 1 million right there. Oh no. Oh no, I lost it. Well, these 2 millions, I think they actually combined, so that's how I got my 10 million coming out of nowhere, appearing spontaneously. 100 millions. Combine. Come on. Can I get that gold bars, please? The world needs gold bars, or else it's gonna, you know, destroy itself over its gratuitous amount of cash. Most of them created out of data. Okay, that should lead to 100 million. Okay, we got 2 billions. So that should combine to 10 billion. And 10 billion can combine to 100 billion. So what's trillion look like? Everyone wants to know what trillion looks like. Just give it to me. There you go. Boop. 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 Yeah, we don't have... Yeah, I don't think the Q command works. I'm trying to remember what all the commands were. We have... Yeah, our spreadsheet is in the yeah, is in the description, so you can check it out over there instead. I should probably add the command Q in the near future. So thanks for providing that feedback, even if it was not intentional. This goes here. This goes here. This... I don't know where this goes. Alright, can we get 1 more million, please? Alright, we got 4 million. So this goes here. This goes here. This goes here. And this goes here. Alright, we got 2 billion. That's not enough. We need like at least 4 billion. My carpal tunnel. I don't like it. Why do you do this to me? Okay, I can at least make 100 million right here. There we go. Need 4 million. And since they're red, they should stand out pretty easily. Okay, so that's 3 million. There we go, that's 4 million that I was asking for. Okay. There we go, billion. No, carpal tunnel is something you can get from working on a keyboard too often. It's born from the fact that you end up using your wrist or your fingers in kind of like an extensive and in the wrong, non-comfortable position. I'm a programmer, so I kind of ended up getting carpal tunnel as a consequence of doing a lot of writing on the keyboard, typing on the keyboard. So it's not a born condition. It's definitely something that you just end up getting. You can end up getting over time. So please take care of your wrists, is all I mean to say. Easy ways to get around it is by buying like a wrist wrap. Well, so this is more like is it temporary or does it go away after a long break from... I mean... Okay. So the question is carpal tunnel like a permanent thing? How should I describe this? So it's obviously not something that bothers you most of the time, but it does bother you when you're doing extensive amount of activity of doing the same thing over and again, which in this case would be typing, or like moving a mouse or something like that. So I was gonna say like it kinda is both a permanent thing, or at least as far as I can tell, it's a very long-term thing. But it's mostly from the result of the lifestyle. So, like, presumably, if I stop programming and I stop typing on a computer for a really long time, it will recover over time. However, to answer your more pertinent question of like, is it something that bothers you all the time? Is it something that's always going to get you each time you start typing on a keyboard? For me specifically, no. Like, I can easily just rest for a bit, and by a bit, we're talking about an hour or two, and that would help. That would put me in a position where I can easily recover and start programming extensively again. Here we go. We did it. We set out on the goal of making a gold bar, and then we made 3 gold bars. So we did it. It's all good. We have finally achieved what we set out to do. That's baby Benjamins. We did it. We made 1 trillion. And we can pay the nation's debt. Technically, we can only pay, I think, 1/10 of the U.S.'s nation's debt, but whatever. Oh, okay. Well, it looks like it's crashing. That's good to know. So, yeah. Yeah, my fingers is about to die too. So yeah, to make sure that people are actually paying attention, we usually ask for row numbers on the spreadsheet. So row number, please. When you see the term row numbers, please. What we're asking for is the row number in which your game appears on the spreadsheet. We prioritize on the smaller numbers because obviously those people actually submitted first. But we want to make sure that people who are actually watching gets to see us play the game itself. So if you can enter your row numbers, that'll be great. In regards to the baby Benjamins, my opinion of the game is it's fun. It has a very cookie clicker style of gameplay. There's the merging mechanic is actually really entertaining, if only because it gives that feel of like gotta catch 'em all, gotta grab all those bills that you can find and discover them. So the discovery of those bills is really, really fun. I will say that, as mentioned earlier, it builds poorly on my wrists. It's incredibly painful to play towards the end of the game when I'm trying to merge so many things together at once. So I feel like it wasn't really made with that, with like keeping people's human limitations in mind. So I feel like, if that could have been fixed, and that's a pretty significant thing to worry about, that would have been nice. There's also the fact that it kind of doesn't close correctly, so that's a little annoying. Just noticing I have all these random apps that I'm not using at all right now. I should have gotten rid of earlier. I think obviously as a game, it didn't feel like there was much to it. I also mentioned that I was kind of annoyed that you can't just make 2 things collide into each other. You actually have to drag something into another. But on the other hand, I also realized that a lot of it was of making this game was about learning how the ECS system works. And like, yeah, no, that's a really good application to learn and devise a way to make the Unity ECS system implemented and kind of understand what's involved in making so many objects appear on a screen at once. It's without a question a technical marvel, and I really think that's really cool. So on the plus side, I see that as a really cool aspect of the game. So I'm seeing number 28. It seems like that is the smallest number that I'm seeing. And then I have 38. So I'll be keeping a quick... that was... Whoops. But yeah, I shouldn't have been bringing that up. Derp. There we go. So we're going to go for 28, which is battery life. So let's review what the heck this is all about. Battery life is top-down action puzzle game. Action puzzler. You are a battery and you have to use your energy to solve puzzles and defeat enemies. Game has only 5 levels. We're gonna... oh, there's also a web game version as well. What's your preference of play? The web version or the Windows version? The Tala? Download. Cool. Alright. Firmware can be used in the future. WASD or arrow keys to control the player battery. Shoot with a mouse cursor and left mouse button. This is my first Ludum Dare and basically my first game ever. I really enjoy working on this game and concept of finishing it in 48 hours. The game is buggy and needs a lot of tuning and improvements, but it works and I think everybody can see where it's going. Okay. An R. Alright, we're back on track. I want to make sure that I can see the chat, so let's see. Make sure that that's not too large. It is not too large. Cool. So, let's play it. Alright, this is the battery. Hi there, the object of the game is to open the blue door. Okay. To open the door, you must use your energy. You don't have enough power right now, but there is enough battery on the conveyor belt. At the end of the belt, there is a charging station. There is enough charge left to power the conveyor belt. Don't try to open a door before you have charged yourself to 100%. Good luck. Okay. So let's try opening a door. Can't do that. Nothing happened. Okay. Gonna see if I can, okay, there's no way for me to see through the wall. That's good. There's sound effects, though. That's really good. The camera following is a little interesting. I assume that's using Cinemachine. The shadow effect is really strange. Okay. Okay. And now I can charge the conveyor belt. Oh, which doesn't require me to do anything. Okay. So now I'm stealing from another battery. So it's a resource management game. Makes sense. Cool. Open Sesame! Was that a Zelda sound effect? Open Sesame! Level complete! Woohoo! Options. Oh no! Woohoo then. This is an enemy here. It will drain your energy. Oh no. What enemy? You're talking about this little orange shenanigans right here? I didn't notice that. You can shoot with your mouse. Be careful though, shooting drains your energy. Remember, you don't have to transfer all your energy to power the machine. you. Okay, so I literally have nothing available to me. Okay. Okay, it just sends out a ball. Kinda don't care too much about the enemy. Does it take energy to move around as a battery? It does not appear so. No. Oh. Oh no. Did I screw myself over? Oh, okay. Well, thanks for making that decision easier. Quit to menu, quit game, resume game. Interesting. The sound effects are really good in the sense that they convey enough information that I know what's going on. Huh. Can I steal from here? No. Yeah, I realize now that I'm using too much energy on the first belt. Here, let's have a tiny bit of reserve just in case. It's a little hard to estimate how much energy a conveyor belt needs. Okay. I'm being fired at. Oh no. Player 2 has been defeated. Do I have enough? Apparently I do. Woohoo! Enemies will kill you faster if you're on low energy. I did realize that very quickly. Okay, there are a couple of rooms I need to concern myself with. I can't run too fast. The cameras are not doing me favors. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, you can do that. Oh, I can do that too. What's going on? What's going on? Oh no, I can't exit. Okay. Well, I can now. Okay. No! No! I can't do it! I think it glitched out. No, it's fine. I'm live streaming. Alright, yeah, let's restart that. Can this be done right here? No, no. Apparently it's not glitchy at the very beginning, but it is when the conveyor belts are actually moving. Specific decisions I have to make. Oh no, game over. I kind of would prefer if I don't have to see the tutorial screen the second time, but it's not that bad. Can I? Nope. Okay, so I can't go through there. Oh, is it actually random? Darn it. No! No! Oh, 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 oh. Weave my way out of this. Okay. I'll take you too. Okay. There's not much left on this one. I can tell. Oh, I see. That might have spelled death for me. I think it did. Yep. Alright, well. Oh, okay. You hear ping if you can open it, the door. So... Oh no! I don't have enough energy. This part of the room seems to be glitching out pretty badly. Oh, okay. I don't know how I did it, but I pulled it off. There are a series of poor decisions. The camera is a little nauseating. I think it could use a little less motion. I know why the decision was made, but I don't especially like it. Okay. My stealth. You didn't see me. Okay, not enough to ping. Yeah, YOLO. Wait, what? Why didn't this open? Ah. Cube, cylinder kinematics. Okay. No! How could I possibly die in such a horrifying battery manner? Alright. I'm gonna book it. It's gonna be booked. That could have been a little easier. Okay, can't get through that door yet. Now I can. I come in peace! No! I said I come in peace! You made me do it. Now you tumble all your life. Do I have enough? The answer is yes. But the other question is, can I go through this? I mean, that looks like if I do it long enough, then yes. Alright, so at least the game had a backup plan. That's good. Yay. Open. Collision bugs also removed in the post Ludum Dare version. Yeah. Okay, no more instructions. So that was the third level, or the fourth? Third, I'm assuming. Okay. Let's see if it pings. I could just book it after that. Yeah, I could literally just book it. I'm gonna book it. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Yeah, shooting does cost energy. I see how this puzzle works. Okay, I don't see how this puzzle works. I'm gonna go refill over there in the last canteen. Back in my day, we used batteries called alkaline, but you newfound kids get to use lithium. You don't even know how good you got with lithium batteries. Why, it was lucky if you can even get 3 hours of Game Boy playtime in my days. I am making really, really bad jokes right now. Okay. Will that work? That might have ended poorly. Alright. Let's... Okay, it didn't. There we go. Cool. Come here. Oh no. Do you pathfind? It looks like it. Yeah, good job. Halfway. We can do it, everyone. Book it. That looks like I should be able to get through. Oh, interesting. Yeah, there's a weird lighting issue going on here. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. That happened. And we did it. That happened. Okay then. I'm kind of inclined to test that last part again. Yeah. It wasn't too bad. The elements in the game, there were like what, 3 different mechanics. You got the enemies that shoot after you, you got the conveyor belts, the doors, and the refilling of the battery. I did think the refilling of the battery was annoyingly precise. You had it like just calculated almost to the right level, and to some levels, that is. The last 2 levels definitely was calculated with like a lot of leniency in mind, so I think that's really good. But the first, like, I think it was the 3rd level in particular, I thought I was like a little uneasy with how seemingly strict how much fuel you had to work with, so that was a little annoying. I did think that shooting and having that take out a little bit of your life was a little annoying, that you had to keep that in mind. Obviously, compared to being actually shot at, that was worse. But then again, being shot at and then noticing that you don't have enough life at all, definitely is something that I had like a concern of, and I don't think kind of really translated that well in the game. The puzzle and the level layout were mostly fine. I thought that the navigation wasn't too hard to learn. Most of it was fairly linear. And I don't say that as a bad thing. I say that, especially for puzzle games, having a linear structure is actually a little more important than you would realize. So I thought that was actually a really good thing. And I do think like the movement controls was fast enough that I didn't feel it was too slow, which is a hard thing to do to get right. So I think that's a really good thing that you got there. A couple of things that comes to my mind. I kind of would have appreciated aiming was a little weird, and for that matter, enemies shooting at you felt a little weird. What I mean to say is that sometimes, bullets would come out from the enemy itself, and at other times it appeared like it came out from the right side of the enemy. So it's a little hard to tell like how the aim is going to be. Um, I personally think it would have been nice if there was some sort of like lasers coming out both from your enemy and your own battery character to indicate that that is the direction that you're aiming at. It's not a major problem because I was obviously able to defeat a lot of these enemies. Being able to see an HP of an enemy would have been really useful. Although, like, there were times where the enemies themselves would somehow fire into themselves, and I thought that was weird and interesting. So I don't know what that's all about. I thought it was interesting. The conveyor belt accepting more than they really need was very annoying. Um, I think I lost a lot of fuel not knowing how much I needed to spend to make the conveyor belts work. And for that matter, same story for the doors. You clarify on the end goal door that it takes up almost the entire thing, and that's totally fine. That's good. But you don't have that same you don't have like an explanation for how much how much fuel it's going to take to power a conveyor belt, or how much fuel it's going to take to power the doors. My preference would be that there's a upper limit to everything. And especially for the conveyor belts that, like, even if you activated, nothing would happen. I would have appreciated in those cases that, it will just block off the fuel gauge thing so that you can't actually fuel those conveyor belts until the battery is actually on top of the end of that conveyor belt. So I don't know. That's just like my preference on that. That's at least how I would approach that problem as well. I did enjoy it. I kind of took it more as a puzzle game than an action game. I don't know if that was the intent, but I think that aspect of things was a little better in the sense of like I was often trying to make some interesting decisions and figuring out how to handle my resources. And so like you have that down smack, and I think that was really cool. Um, yeah, I enjoyed it. It was fun. Thanks. As mentioned in the chat, we're looking for row numbers here. I have row number 38 in my queue. So we got that done. Oh, right. I mentioned that the camera was kind of wonky. I would have appreciated that being less swervy. I don't see anyone asking for any row numbers, so I might as well just go for MoneyBag right here. Aha, this one. Let's should I go for 1.2 or just 1? View submissions. What is 1.2? Post compo. We are doing ratings here, so I am going to go with the first one. It's a RAR. Oh, whoops, I kind of need that. Extract to this. So while it's doing that shenanigans, oh, it's done actually. You're a sentient gold bag that does not want its content to be spent. It is up to you to run away for freedom before the proprietor comes back. But at what cost? It's made with a mono game in 47 hours over the weekend for Ludum Dare 44, with the theme being Life is Currency. Arrow keys Z and R. Arrow keys and Z. Okay. Let's check it. There we go. Alright, so it's just arrow keys and Z. 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 Alright, well, shouldn't be normal for that to happen, knowing... there we go. Campbell soup. Okay. Alright, yeah, maybe I should just reset. There we go. Okay, so it is very momentum based. It is very Sonic the Hedgehog based. Okay. 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 I am doing so well at this game. Gotta explore every single nook and cranny of this game. Okay. Okay. Yoink. Yoink. Nope, nope, nope. I want to see the left side of this. They made this for good reason. Okay, I have no idea why this part exists. This part of the level exists. Good to know. Okay. 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 Alright. Okay. Okay. I'm kind of not happy with this situation. Darn it. I thought I had a good groove. Oh. No. No. Stairs, my true enemy. I learned that since Bit Trip Runner. Okay, that didn't help in any way. Oh, okay. Well, apparently it is required. Okay. That sounds like I need to, No! Yep, yoink! Yoink! I was seeing this... seam of the world here. Okay. Okay. Alright, alright. Okay. Yeah, you cry there. The whole point is to try to get as far as possible at this rate. Oh no. There! You escaped with 9 gold! Your time was 109 seconds. I did it. Grats! Oh, I was pushing the wrong button the entire time. Okay, well. I have noticed that the particle effects rate increases as you're upside down. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Well, that happened. Hey. We're less than half our original worth. That's good to know. The stairs! My worst enemy! No! The stairs! My worst enemy! I think I'm gonna have 9 coins left again. Oh! I think the time was exactly the same as before. 140 gold. Well, I played it. Wow. The stairs. It's fine. I like the fact that it was kind of deliberately difficult. Obviously, as a legitimate platformer, I don't feel like it was nearly as fun as it could have been. But as like a game that kind of requires you to understand its physics, I think there's a bit of charm behind that specific thing. Not to mention that you can go really, 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 really fast, which is actually kind of cool. There isn't much to add to it. I like the level design for the most part. The stairs was easily the worst thing that I had to deal with, and I will forever never see the stairs the same way again. Those. How dare you? In regards to like controls were fine for the most part. They were very responsive. Rolling was mostly fine. Again, you kind of accumulate your speed very quickly, so that was kind of really interesting to me. I want to say, like, I definitely enjoyed it. I want to say, like, there were parts that there were enough parts that annoyed me, and I don't feel like I necessarily had enough control. And I guess like I didn't feel like it was exactly fair at certain places, which is why I complain a lot about the stairs section. And I don't know. I have very mixed feelings about that because like on one hand you could argue on one hand you can argue that, a game with that kind of frustrating physics is meant to be experienced in that sort of frustrating fashion. And if that was the intent, then like I guess like that's a valid intent and a valid way of providing an experience to people. I do think like basically my problem kind of amounted to the fact that you have no aerial control, um, and like your jump height is very very short, so there's a lot of precision that you had to kind of deal with, um, and since I'm not the game developer here, my line of thinking is that that is not the way I would have approached it. But then again, I tend to approach it as if I was making this game, I would try to make like a fun platformer. versus this game, whoever was, I mean, Lexiville in this case, was making it. They may have deliberately decided on making a more physics-based, momentum-ish based game, and making it frustrating is kind of like a very deliberate decision. Oh no, what? Huh. That is very strange. So, like, I don't know what the intent behind that was, but I feel like there was some specific decisions that if I was a developer, I wouldn't have chosen to go with. But then again, like, I don't know what the intent of making the game was. I can only guess from it, and it felt like it was meant to be like a deliberately clumsy game. So yeah, I I don't know. That was something that I have mixed feelings about. That specific aspect of it. Otherwise, like, most of it makes sense to me, and I was perfectly fine with how the game played. It felt mostly fair, but you know, there were some parts that I thought it could be more. It could be more willing to give the player control over than this specific product did. So that's how I feel about that. All right. Well, I spoke a lot, but I should have typed in row numbers, please, earlier. So for anyone watching, yeah, the row numbers is what we're trying to get. We do occasionally check to see who is in fact watching the game right now, the stream right now, so that at least they can kind of see what it is. All right, so we have a lot of users actually watching, $1 and so forth. But if you can actually type out the row numbers that your game applies to, for example, 32 is currency. That will go a long way in helping us find and rate them while you are still on stream. $1 is the Last Duel, which is row number 37. I am going to switch to the title screen in the meantime. If we're not getting any sort of, I'm not getting any feedback on the chat, so if that's the case, then I'm actually going to just start choosing going each of these entries in order, of which we have many backlog items to go through. So again, if you if you are watching right now and you are capable of providing a comment, please do so. And let us know if you want your games to be played, because otherwise I'm going to go directly in order of what I'm seeing here. Let me refresh and see what the people here says. So avocado, abadaba. Twitch usernames. I don't see avocado anywhere here. I saw $1 earlier. Commander. Do you pull games from the site or all these submissions? These are all submissions. $1. Georgia 1337. Or Elite. Let's see, Denny. Lexville, which we just played. Lurks. Don't see Lurks there. So I only see $1. Or they're not even watching anymore. So Sifka. Any S's? I don't see anything. Okay. Well. Yeah, just type in !submit to submit your game if you want to. But yeah, I'm just gonna go right on ahead and start playing these other people's games. Shadow Seekers. There are no shadows except the night themselves. Interesting. So, pardon my burps. This roguelike is a very fun game with some horror mixed in. I hope you all enjoy searching through the merchant's basement for a life. It is really fun and satisfying with generation system fully functional after a bug fix. It stops working 2 hours till publish. Your goal is to simply collect items to improve stat. You can use a sword to stab or throw with your shadow. This is my second Ludum Dare, but the other developers first. So it was a great learning experience. I can't wait to playtest your games. Oh. Oh, it's like a full screen Unity game here. Start! Shadow Seekers.
Hello, Squire, and welcome to my humble little shop. I see you looking at my wares, but you don't have anything to pay with. Don't look so confused. Life is currency around here, and you don't have a life. So, I'll let you enter my dungeon. There you can vanquish enemies to collect souls. Once you have enough souls, return here, so we can finish this purchase. To buy stuff, walk up to the item you want and press space. We have many great wares. Everything costs 1 soul, except for the bundle of feathers, because that is very powerful. Be careful, and good luck. By the way, swing with your left and throw with your right. And be fast, because I have very, very short memory. To enter the dungeon, just go over to my trapdoor in his space.
That is a really long tutorial. Can I go now? Okay, that space was to enter. This is a interesting sword swipe. Just make sure I understood the controls. It just says WASD. No, it doesn't say anything about controls here. There's a big number 3 on the top of the screen, so I assume that's the health points. Okay. Defeated them. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this wall. Gonna crawl upstairs. Look at that tiny leg shuffle. Oop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo. I don't know what the shadow mechanic is all about, because it moves around in really strange ways. I don't know what to do. I know I should have paid attention to the instructions. This is cumbersome. Let's try that again. Let's see if the itch.io page has any instructions. To stab or throw with your sword shadow. There's no information as to what the controls are to this game.
Hello, Squire, and welcome to my humble...
Is this the same level all the time? Oh, okay. Apparently not. Okay. I took 3-4 damage. I can apparently throw things with the shadow, but I don't know how you're supposed to do that. The camera does not have a look ahead, which really annoys me. So like it smooth follows, but I'm seeing more of what's behind the character and not what's in front of the character. When I say in front of the character, I mean like the direction I'm walking towards. So it's hard for me to predict what's coming up in front. Why is my sword flinging not actually doing anything? Uh, yeah, like especially at this point, I'm like I can't see anything what's in front of me, so I'm kind of not inclined to move very often, if at all. I was able to get through that. Oh, I'm still able to get through that. The collision is a little strange right here. Could use a little bit of work. I'm not seeing any life points systems. Okay. Alright, collecting these thingies. I collected 7 of them. Cool. Alright. Traveling down at the speed of... Okay. There we go. Defeated ogre. So I did say I would stream about 2 hours. Given all the technical issues, I started streaming at around 5 o'clock. So, it's right now 6:12. So we're looking at a little less than an hour of gameplay left. Probably like 40 minutes, 45 minutes. More than that actually, but whatever. I can't math. Okay, so that's the normal original room that we started in. That I got lost. There we go. I'm glad the sword works through the walls. That's what matters. The sword animation really... It doesn't convey the range of the attack. That's, I guess, my primary concern. Not to mention the fact that, you know, the animation doesn't make it so that... The animation doesn't have impact to it. So the attack comes out to be something that's a lot less interesting. I actually like the graphics for the most part, believe it or not. It is buggy, which I don't know why. But yeah, I like the I'm clack. How did that hit? Okay, that apparently works. The shading is pretty nice. I can clearly see there was a lot of effort put into the player character. The trolls are a little less well shaded, but I can see the time constraint may have prevented that from happening, and that was actually within the plans. The fact that there's even an animation, pre-animation at all in all 4 directions that your knight moves is like really good. That's a very nice set of polish. The lack of the sword animation is something that I kind of understand, so like I'm not gonna rib too hard on. Oh, the ogre took 1. I guess I recovered 1 or 2. I meant. the shadow effect is nice, although because it's inconsistent with like it depends on the orientation of the player, it's a little confusing as to figuring out what it actually does. Like what's the meaning behind it, the way it moves. I don't know how this fits in the theme, but then again, I'm not one to oh, wait, that was cool. Can I do that again? I don't know how it pulled that off. I kind of like that moonwalking a lot. Nope. I don't know how they how I managed to moonwalk there. That was actually really cool. Yep. The collision box on the swordsman is a little weird too, because I see that most of the collision is supposed to be on the legs. That would explain why you can walk up to the wall around there, but if you go down that way, it doesn't work. I'm wondering if it's using like a tile map system, because it is a Unity game after all, so that's the assumption. Da 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 da. Hut hut hut. Hut 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 hut. It's a little aimless right now, so I may stop playing this in favor of another game soon. Yeah, I'm not seeing any obvious objective, and I think I'm going in circles now that I went left. So I'll stick to the right. I meant so I'll stick to the left path here. See if there's anything interesting. It's not the big fat room, that's for sure. And yeah, to the right there is, I'm sure, the big fat entrance room. Oh, this is also a very large room. I didn't expect that. Yeah, don't know what the shadow does. Doesn't... There's nothing here that tells me why I need it. Okay, I got 11 of these. Okay. Would have been nice if the game explained to us what the controls were. I'm just assuming it's arrow keys, left and space. And that seems to do the job. But, you know, always a good idea to explain that. Rule 1 of a fun game. The player needs to know how to play it. If you can't get that, then it's not a fun game. That's my philosophy on game making. Yeah, weird stuff. Yeah, I'm thinking about moving on to the next game if I'm to be completely honest. So I know that at least Space My Name 9749 is watching and has made their submission. So I'll ask for the roll numbers in the time being. Yeah, so I am in the middle of, hey, talking about this game, so might as well do it real quick. I think like the strength of the game is in the graphics, and like the movement, so forth. But I feel like, well, for one, there's that really long dialogue at the very beginning, which I got very tired with very quickly. So that's not good. It's probably a good idea to have that dialogue happening in the middle of the action, so that at least a player is doing something while the dialogue is going on. I feel like, yeah, I just feel like there was a lot of. It sounded like I had a really bad luck at the very beginning, where this procedurally generated uh, dungeon would just not let me move beyond the first room, and that's probably not good. So that probably needs fixing. Um, Other than that, like, I thought the combat could use a little work. The sword animation isn't very good. It doesn't tell me what the range of that sword attack is. And so there was a lot of moments where I'm like, oh, apparently I hit an enemy. That's cool. The enemy just disappearing, poof, is probably not a good effect either. So, yeah. Lots of improvements could have been made. I realize it's one of your first games. That's totally understandable, and it's totally understandable that certain things didn't quite work out the way intended to. All I mean to say is these are things to keep for next time. So, without further ado, I got row number 40, so I guess I'll jump right to that. Before I do that, however, I should mark this as not yet rated. 40, Ludum Dare 41 entry. That's literally the name. Cool. Alright. So, goal was to make as many games for each theme as possible. Only got to 3. Have fun. Huh. Interesting. What do you mean by that? Okay, read me. Play the Ludum Dare game. Run Ludum 44. Make sure you have all these things installed. We accidentally forgot to switch back, but hey, we got it. Oh, okay. Can I touch that? Oh, okay. No. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing. Game over! Press R to restart. Can I escape out of this? Was there an explanation for how the heck you're supposed to play this game? No explanation. Okay. Oh. Apparently, if I follow them... Oh. Okay. Not at all whatsoever. Space changes color, limited number of enemies, kill them all. I know this down is a better method of doing that. Also, it takes life to change color. Interesting. Oh, I can jump infinitely? Nope. Okay. Is it down? My bad. I totally forgot by now. I'm not doing too well. Yeah. Try a new strategy entirely. Stick to just one color. Ah! Oh, I can triple jump so far. Okay, well, I mean, I felt like that I survived longer that way. Cool, first game. Second game. Space. So shelter was the other theme, it sounded like. Mm. 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 I guess I'm supposed to stay sheltered this way. Why are they weirdly off-balanced? Well, you know what? What happens if I die? Okay, that's what happens. Interesting choice of music here. Wait, what? Nobody will catch me. Yeah. Look at this brilliant 100% working strategy. Not a single spaceship is red. Oh, now one of the spaceship is red. Looks like I'm just gonna have to run away. Yeah. I don't think this was thought through. I mean, I know it's a fun challenge to try to make a game in the shortest amount of time possible, but I feel like this game was not really all that well thought through. It's ominous, though. I like the music. Oh no! Yeah. Uh. Uh. Twa! Alright, oh no! Oh! No! Okay, well, it eventually happened. What? A different color? Oh. Oh, okay, that's the only thing that's different. Good to know. Derp. And one last thing, which is color changes everything. Interesting. I don't remember color changes everything being a theme that was ever selected, but here it is. something happened, and I don't know what it was. Oh. Oh, this is literally Bejeweled. The levels might not increase in Shelter. Bejeweled. Yeah. I mean, the music is interesting for this one. I don't know why it's so ominous from the beginning. And get as many of one color as you can. Fair enough. I am not following your hint at all. We got 50 of those, so might as well go for that. Doopy 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 doop. Okay. Wait, what? That was a 3 right there. Game Maker. That is also a 3 right there, and that didn't clear through. Doesn't feel good. Okay. Trying to get rid of these greens as much as possible. See, so that should have been a 5 right there, but that didn't quite work out. Hmm. 6:35. Okay, so that's where we are at time. And this should be a 5 right there, but I only took out 3, which is not good. So right now it's 167. Not sure how changing, focusing on the single color is helping me in any single way. I feel like that should have been a 5 combo as well. That's definitely meant to be a 5 combo, although it's just kind of replaced it with the same set of colors, interestingly enough. So that was a 6 combo. I don't know why that allowed that to be eliminated, but all the previous 5s did not. 5 of the same colors, that is. this one. I'm sure someone looking at this and being like an actual professional Bejeweled player will be, well, professional is a interesting word, but anyways, will be like looking at me play this and be like, why do you take these poor strategies, Taro? And I'll just be like, I haven't really thought about it very carefully about it. This is going on for a long time. Is there anything I'm supposed to be expecting for this, or is this literally just the space name? So I took that 5 combo for some reason. When you get more than 30 or so than the top color, it clears the board of that color. Interesting. Just wanted to try a few ideas, so not a lot of polish, which, I mean, it was to be expected, that's fine. Like, I'm first to point out the fact that I kind of made my game in protest of not liking a theme. So, yeah. Whoa. Well, I think I'm good. Cool. Thanks for that. As experiments, they're kind of cool. Obviously there wasn't a whole lot of like time to polish the graphics and so forth. The which game of those did I like the most? Now that I think of it, I'm gonna confess I like the Bejeweled one the most, even though I'm not a huge fan of Bejeweled per se. Oh no, the graphics were final. Oh, okay. Then maybe I shouldn't have said what I said. Oh well. I know that like the goal was try to make games in the shortest amount of time as possible, or to word it another way, given a 72-hour time period, try to make as many games as possible. And hey, I think you've achieved that specific challenge pretty well. In regards to like the concept of polish, like things that I've noticed in the game that I think could have been better implemented. I mean, obviously, it felt like most of these games required a sense of leveling and the increasing of difficulty. That was pretty clear with the first game, which is, your life is currency. And I would argue that the Bejeweled game also shows that over time as well. Minus the fact that once you get, you said once you eliminated all the color, all of one color, then that would eliminate that from the board entirely. Like, to be fair, at least now that it means that there's like a end goal to that Bejeweled game, even if it takes a very long time to get there. But Bejeweled as a whole, as a concept, is designed such that you have a finite number of play until the game board literally becomes unplayable. So while it takes a very long time for that to happen, the game itself was designed with that in mind. I did kind of like the idea of your life as currency in the sense that you had to switch between colors and get in contact with the proper runs. That reminds me a lot of Ikaruga, which also has this polarity system where you had to be the right color to be able to absorb the bullets. So in that sense, like, it gave me that sort of vibe. But also, like the kind of like the design of the game, the AI just moves from left to right, and so like I'm trying to deal with figuring out if I can jump over the characters. I'm struggling to do that from the first place. Having three jumps as a whole was probably a good idea. Although when I say three jumps, I was debating if that was happening only because I pushed it right as I was about to land on something. So I couldn't figure out the reasoning as to the line in the reasoning as to how the jumping system works because I couldn't get the double triple jump to work consistently. But nonetheless, I thought like as a concept that was the most interesting because like as mentioned earlier, there's a whole lot of trying to color swap and figuring out how you need to place yourself. There's a weird amount of risk in being able swapping your colors because I thought like it looked like that took a life and that was really bizarre as a decision. Um, but yeah, no, that was one of the more stranger parts that I'm not sure I was a huge fan of. Um, I, I'm gonna confess I have no idea what the heck was going on with the shelter game. I knew that it was about not being abducted by aliens, but at the same time, like it was really easy to avoid them. So I'm not entirely sure having a shelter at all would have really helped that significantly. Not to mention the fact that the red UFOs still got me, despite me hiding in a red house, anyways. So, yeah, no, that was strange and bizarre, and I just have no idea what was trying to be achieved there. Which, I mean, if the goal was to make as many games as possible, then that kind of didn't matter. But yeah, that's how I felt about all of those three games. Interesting. Nice done. Well done. Nice challenge. Um, Looking forward to seeing more. Cool. So run numbers. I saw Cast Pixel submit earlier, but I also believe yep, that's what I was gonna say. Karai 17 was just submitted earlier as well. Dunkin Dogoos. Uh just to make sure, I definitely have played 38. And there's 41. I just played 40 earlier. Yeah, I saw a Cast Pixel earlier, so I assume they're gonna be. Is there a list or just pick one? No, there's a list. So, the other one, your game is row number. I know you had your entry in here somewhere. 37. Yep, this web game. The Last Duel. Uh, 41 and then 42 was the last one. Cool. So the Last Duel seems like that's beating out in the row number category, so I'll be playing that first. If you want to check out our game, just to let you know, it's Chimera. Um, Sorry, I just saw that thumbnail and I got a little bothered. Cool. The Last Duel. Let's download this. Oh, bunch of fixes. A great space fight has just ended, and all that's left is you and one enemy ship. There's weapons and shield generators floating around in space. You can reel them in and install them in your ship if you get close enough. Mind you, there is this one enemy ship. Maybe take him down first? The Last Duel is a card game set in the space where you duel to death. Each upgrade costs a life fusion core, so you must measure up the benefit versus the cost. Whoever can blast away the fusion cores in the other ship wins the last duel. Win by attacking with lasers and rockets and special weapons like giant bombs and EMP. Lasers can be stopped by the shield, and rockets can be distracted by flares. Lasers can be stopped by shield, and rockets can be distracted. So rockets cannot be, whatever, by... There's no stopping the giant bomb, and EMP will take out your shield, unless it is massively upgraded, opening up for laser attacks. Mouse and R to restart.
$1 Productions.
Oh, okay, there's stuff. Click to start the game. Randomly choose a starting player. The AI starts. Which one is the AI? Okay, the AI is thinking, and I'm not doing absolutely nothing. Attack phase. 1 laser fires. Sorry for the poor UI UX. Absolutely nothing launched till 1 lasers. Charging shield. My turn. Oh, okay. Each round you draw 2 cards. You may play 1 and you must hold on to 1. You may play 1 and you must hold on to 1. Cards aren't free, so sometimes you may choose. Choose a card. Alright, it's possible to get 1 extra fusion core, and then let's up that and choose that. Attack phase. I shoot absolutely nothing. 1 laser fires. The music is interesting. Well, 0 rocket, 0 defense players deployed. But we're charging the shield. AI's turn. Wait, what did the 1 extra fusion core do? You're holding that card. Ouch. So I'm assuming the bottom is me. Sure, rocket launch. Wait, what? The card holding mechanic is something I don't understand. Oh, you hold it for the next hand. Oh, okay. So, first one is a pick, then pick on hold. Zap. So the EMP. So I'm gonna hold this, and I am so screwed. AI's turn. Okay, I'm 1 ahead of the AI, but that's just it. Okay, it's gonna launch flare launchers. Attack! 1 laser fired, which got rid of our shield, but that should do absolutely nothing. Charging shields. My turn. Yeah, I'm gonna hold on to the, well, no, I'm gonna hold on to this. Or, whoops, I'm gonna charge my shield and then hold on to my fusion cores. Shield is not looking good. Current shield is looking like 0. Now I have 2. Alright, playing this fusion cores thing is gonna be a risky play here. But it will help me. Oh, okay, that's the reason why the flare launchers were being created, because these are actually act as upgrades. Interesting. So that's the reason why it was actually consistently working, seemingly. I don't want either of those cards, so I'll go with that. Choose a card to... You can't skip it. Okay, well you have to. Gonna choose a laser. You can click the skip phases. Yeah, zap. Got one down. Charging shields. That gave me just enough time to worry about that, so that's good. Okay, so they're going for rocket launchers, which I don't have any flares, so that puts me in trouble. I should have held on to that flare after all. How rude do I want to be? Yeah, gonna go for this. Then I'm gonna hold on to that. Doesn't help because I don't have any flares to defend against rockets, so it's gonna be a not fun process. Full rudeness, please. I don't know what you mean by full rudeness, but okay. Oh, it's playing defensive. It wants its cores back. Now it's we're getting a bit of a subdued location here, so that kind of sucks. Yeah. One rocket launcher. Oh, I will need that flare after all. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. I'm very much in trouble. So the comment was, you said how rude I want to be. I assume you meant to comment on the game. So yeah, I mean, you already know that the UI presentation needs a little help. I don't know which player is which at the initial beginning, so that could have been used. I would have kind of liked a way to skip past these phases, or at least like somehow have a way to make them faster, because I feel like I'm constantly reading over the same thing over and over again, and that's not very fun. Our turn. How does our defense look like? Okay, I am going to play recklessly. Their current shield is at 3, which is not good. So... yeah, this is how I'll play. Alright, so there's nothing to defend against Giant Bomb. Interesting. Charging Shield. Oh, but that only... okay, interesting. So it's gonna want to try to up its shield at some point. EMP. Okay, so it's trying to defuse the shield. So 1 laser, 1 rocket, which does nothing. Shield charge per turn 2. And it's trying to beat its lasers by doing that. So if I want to, but it only has 1 laser per se. So technically that would be the better option. So that whittles down the laser. And that whittles down the cores. Charging shield. Okay. So the fact that the phases is being explained to me actually helps me comprehend and understand how the game works. So I appreciate the explanation of things. So I can actually think through what's going on. But I don't like this part where the AI is thinking. I feel like that animation does not need to be there at all. -2. Oh, that's the EMP. I'm gonna play it safe. Because it seems like it's a point of attrition at this point. I can just keep firing rockets. So that brings it down to 1, and now our AI needs to really think over what it wants to do. The only way it can win is by the big bomb, which I will be very screwed over. But would it screw itself over first, or will the big bomb screw me over first? It's probably a big bomb. 1 laser fired. That gets down 1 shield. 1 rocket launcher, but the defensive flare protected me. Charging shield, which is back to 3. Our turn. The AI won't suicide. I'm going to max out my shield. And I can look into increasing the shield charger. You win! Okay, thanks. That's great. That feels like a hollow victory. Is the deck like infinitely large, or well, we know that the 1 card you're holding onto will always come up. So then, like, is the deck like the size of exactly all the single type of cards out there? I actually kind of like this game. Could it be better? The ones you get put back at the bottom. So there is a limited. Okay, fair enough. Um, so in regards to like the specs and like trying to play through this game, I did think that it was actually pretty well balanced for the most part. That's the part that I'm kind of most shocked about because you have this like rock paper scissors system. The laser has to deal with the shield. The rocket launchers has to deal with flare launchers. You have this EMP that helps defeat the shield. Um, there's nothing to defeat the flare launcher, so you would think that the rocket launchers would be in particular really overly powered. But then you also have these big bombs, which takes up a lot of health and a lot of cores away. So that's really interesting. I do like the game is designed with the fact that you constantly are losing fusion cores all the time. Gives like the real rules of Monopoly states that you should be losing money all the time instead of gaining it at very few and far between moments. So I thought that was really interesting. Some animations. Oh, it's a shared deck. Interesting. Some animations could have been useful and definitely made the game a little more engaging. Uh, there's a way of you kind of like slowly explaining what the heck is going on, and I thought that was interesting. I thought that was actually a good feature, if anything. However, at the same time, I would have appreciated if there was a way for me to like skip a lot of the AI's dialogue, or even my own dialogue for that matter. So any sort of like fast forward button would have really helped in the usability because I feel like this game ended up being a lot longer than it needed to be. Um, I mean, otherwise, it is very deliberately designed in such a way that it has to end. So I do like that fact. I did think it was pretty fun for the most part. Definitely required me to think over my actions and definitely forced me to make some really strange decisions as I was going along. Um, if it's a shared deck and if there's a EMP bomb, does that mean that only one player, if a player constantly holds it over, does that mean that the other player, the AI, never gets it? Because that was not obviously conveyed to me. Oh, it doesn't say that you can skip through the text by just clicking on the mouse. Yes, that would have been helpful too. Overall, I thought that the fun factor was really cool. It is basically a digital game, a card game turned into the digital one. So there is that. There is that aspect of things. I'm not entirely sure what to say in regards to. Graphics were mostly fine. The audio is repetitive. Sorry, I know it's inevitable when you're trying to make a card game, but it did eventually get on my nerves. It's at least a thinking music, so that's not too bad. That was cool. Um, it is 7 o'clock. I did see two more entries, so I am going to stick to only those two last entries that I had in regards to row numbers, which was 41 and 42. Unless there are any other people out there that was earlier than that, cannot cut. Well, I didn't want you to cut. I don't know what the heck you're talking about. Now it's Dunkin Dogoos. Yes, it is. And Cast Pixel was the last one, right? Zap Signal. So these. Oh yeah, no, we just played Zap Signal earlier. So yar, that's a. We gave you that feedback already. Are you also rating on LD? I am, in fact. If you are looking for my game, it's called Chimera. I can post a link right here. Here it is. Feel free to let me know what you think. I am going to skip over Zap Signal. Sorry. Seems only fair to play games that we haven't played earlier. Alright, so those are slimes, and then we're going to get the Windows version. I just wanted to hear the noises again. Well, I mean, we'll get to it. I'll let you know and rate the game, but you will not get to see me say it. Alright, cool. I apologize in advance for not having a direct camera control. Gamepad recommended if you have one. What? Now you tell us this. You're forcing me to take my time to grab a controller. Ugh. Nope, wrong key. Yeah, we have a cabinet full of video games here. Where is the Xbox 360 controller? Oh, this one, right. I'm not positive about this. We're gonna find out. No, I'm gonna use this. It's a love game. So at least I'll get to see how Lua works. I thought I ejected that USB earlier. Oh, that's a pleasant noise. Yeah, I did. So I can take out that USB in the meantime. We pretty much used all the USB ports earlier. Dunkin Dogoos before you wash away. Left stick. A. Okay. There we go. Oh, it's nearly full screen. Can I unfull screen it? Thank you. Can I rechange the screen size? Maybe. Love is a number way to transmit viruses. Maybe second to mosquitoes. Well, alright, so... Okay. Options. Master volume. Whatever. That all looks good. Credits. Colby Keene. Programming. Slime direction. Landon Manning. Programming. And MD Wav. Music. Stay jelly! Okay. That is not happy. That is good. Okay. Oh, it's not happy. Oh, I see how it works. Alright. No! Too moist. Stay jelly. I'm blue da boo dee da boo da. Okay. That's what it means by that. Almost there. Oh. Died twice already, and it's keeping track of me dying. Okay, I'm dying very rapidly. Okay, thank you for not making it rain here. Oh, there's rumble. Why is there rumble? Oh, okay. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. We have a rumble framework feature, so it's there. The splotch sound effect is really annoying. By annoying, I mean it's very repetitive. So, like, I keep hearing the same splotch, 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 splotch. It's usually... So, one technique that I use to... Eureka, A, B, G... So, one technique that I use to avoid the fact that sound effects can get really, really annoying is by, deliberately mutating the pitch. By mutating, I mean randomizing the pitch. As well as choosing a completely different, as well as having a series of sound effects available to me. So I would just choose a random sound effect amongst a collection of them. I would recommend having at least 4 sound effects for anything that's this repetitive. Oh, like, you know that happens very frequently. I would recommend, like, really just randomizing the pitch alone goes a long way in my opinion. So, that's what I'll recommend for starts. Yeah, I know you're not happy. Oh no! You gotta be kidding me. Oh no! Oh no! What have I done? Dunking sure is difficult. That's a new one. Oh. Okay. I thought I had a good run right there. Yeah, I haven't seen that particular fail. Oh, wait, what? Alright, carefully observe the surrounding. You can go that way, which does absolutely nothing. You can also go under, surrounding the pool. That probably achieves absolutely nothing. And it looks like going to the right does absolutely nothing either. I don't know if I want to be jelly. There's something about being jealous that's not really all that fun. We're gonna move the mouse to the side right there. The view kind of sucks here, yes. At least it's an uphill climb that forces me to look up. Oh, there's a weird visual glitch right there. Interesting. Oh no, it's too poor. Okay. I mean, there's a element of marble madness I'm feeling. Oh wait. Okay. Okay. I am not dealing with this too well. Alright, okay, okay. Is there more to the edge here? Oh no, there's an actual invisible wall. Then is there... Oh, there's also an invisible wall right there. Oh, I should have experimented a little more. That would have explained a lot of things. I appreciate the checkpoints. Thank you for pulling those together. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. Checkpoints were a big deal, yeah. Okay. You're not happy. That's fine. Too moist. Stay jelly. And I don't think anyone would have finished it without them. Yeah. The music is interesting, and only in the sense that it's non-distracting. Like, I didn't even notice it was even playing. Too much water. Okay. Here it is. Dunkaroo. Okay, I did it. That was hard. Yeah, definitely the checkpoint was a godsend. Thank you for putting in the checkpoints. My goodness, that game would have been a lot harder. It was already very ominous when you said, "We apologize in advance for the poor camera." Yeah, sorry, I have like that's a pet peeve of mine. Bad camera is never ever fun to work with. So yeah, that totally needs fixing. Um, some of the direction of the game, so the level layout is fairly linear. It has a lot of twists and turns, but otherwise it's meant to be like a fairly linear experience, right? Um, but yeah, the level direction was not immediately obvious. So I did get confused at one point. Like you saw that one part where I was like, what if I look down around the surrounding and try to try to travel around the pool or something like that. To be fair, I'm the kind of player who would do that anyways. But yeah, no, that really confused me. So I think something as simple as having arrows, and even like if the path splits into two, which you were mentioning, you were planning on adding a big and small path. If like a path split into two, you can have at least like a go to the left or go to the right arrow to kind of indicate that. So that would have been nice if that was there. Um, we all the places it looked like you could go but couldn't were introduced to be viable. I see. Um, it's pretty fun. I mean, it's Marble Madness after all. Things I struggled with. So you added those like little facial expressions on when like you're being your character is being drained by the water. I thought that was really good because it did tell me it was very indicative of like, oh yeah, uh, the water is being poured. But then the facial expression of "you're good" was not immediately obvious. Like when you're good, you just have this happy face or whatever. But it was ambiguous to me whether that was a condition of where your slime was at or whether your slime was like, I've completely gone past these brain things, I'm good to go. So like there was an ambiguity on what that symbol stood for. So I thought that was a little interesting. Um, it doesn't look like I can move the menu with the left stick of my Xbox 360 controller, so that's a little strange. Physics was mostly fine. I thought it was very responsive. The animations was actually really good. I really loved that. And the graphics were pretty tasteful as well. Um, yeah, nothing too much more to add. Um, I didn't find it too frustrating. It was just the right enough difficulty level for me. Your HP resets on death. That might have been confusing. No, that actually was not confusing at all to me. That at least was pretty clear. So it was not obvious to me when I hit a checkpoint. I know that you have these texts coming up, letting you know that you hit a checkpoint, but the text is like all these random text, like um, I'm blue dabu dee dabu da, right? What does that mean? If you said, "Oh, hit checkpoint," I'll be like, "Oh, okay, good, I got there." It would be even better if you said like checkpoint 1, checkpoint 2, because at least that'll tell me I'm making progress, and it'll certainly make me question what happened if I went like checkpoint 1 to or checkpoint 2 to checkpoint back to 1. Yeah, the text is the checkpoint indicator. Um, so I think like letting me know what the order of the checkpoints were supposed to be would have been really useful. Um, so I mean, to me, like that was not obvious, is what I'm saying. It took me about the second or the third checkpoint for me to finally comprehend that when the text popped up, that seemed like a random joke. That oh, I actually made it to a checkpoint, but I didn't know what order it appeared in. So I wasn't sure if I took a shortcut. I didn't know if I was going through the checkpoints in the right order, that kind of stuff. So that's what I'm suggesting. Um, Most of it was fine. The invisible walls was an interesting choice. Um, that was not made clear to me, and I'm not sure it really mattered that much in my gameplay, so that's fine. That's just a weird observation. Um, there was only one path that I thought was really unfair. It was supposed to be more visible than it ended up, a more blatant fish tank. I see. There was one point where I ended up in the dead end, and like I know what had happened was I just fell, but it was really strange to me that that was even possible, rather than the slime just gets caught in the water and it says nope, you're too moist. So that would have been a little better. Overall, I think it's like a really polished game. I do think it was really good. However, there's just all these like small things that, and a lot of like things that UI related stuff that wasn't immediately obvious to me that kind of added a little bit of annoyance. I will say the sound effects was by far my biggest gripe, but that is a nitpick. So, in the grand scheme of things. So, yeah, no, I really enjoyed this. This was really cool. Thanks. That's it. I do have to get going after this. But thanks for everyone who submitted your games.